fish cooler today, running warm. Let's figure it out. So real quick, first thing I'm gonna do is, obviously you guys have been watching for a while. Typically first is airflow. So if I just do a quick inspection, you can see it's leaking like crazy. Oh, it's leaking a lot, not like crazy, okay? We're gonna come up here, we can see there's a fair amount of gunk stuck on the back. And if you look in there, you can see that's filled with water. It might be hard to see, use my camera. So that's clogged, so we're gonna shut it down. Oh boy, it's leaking all over my person. That's all over me now. Oh, it smells great too. That's unfortunate. I shut it off with that thing. Let's turn it back on, see if that gets the water to stop. Wow, that's a really interesting conundrum. Oh God, I'm wet now. Oh boy. Let's just hit it again and then run away. There we go. So, you see how all that water's coming down now? So you can imagine that water was actually taking drag from the actual airflow. So that water is affecting the airflow. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to unclog it, clean the coil, and we're going to see if it pulls temp, because that should probably do it. But we'll just check that out first. Okay, so we're just going to undo this union here. So sometimes it comes right off, or sometimes you got to put another screwdriver, another wrench on there, and squeeze it, and it'll be good to go. So, just normal lefty-loosey. Taking it off. Alright, so we're just going to spray it out. So first we're going to spray off that union because it's clogged into there. And then we're going to spray down into there. And we're just going to make sure it's nice and clear. You could use a snake. You could use all kinds of things. I just got the hose that was right outside the door. So, drain it out now. I just put that in, do one little squirt. Dislodged it. It's coming right out. It's just going to go down the floor drain. So we'll just let it do its thing. And then it will actually wash out inside. Now, I'm not going to take down the drain pan. Because if you have a scheduled drain pan time, we can take down the drain pan and we could, all you gotta do is, 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. The drain pan will come down, and then there's also like, some heaters that you have to disconnect. You can take down the whole drain pan. But I'm not gonna do that because I want the drain pan to catch everything from the coil. Because I don't want it to get on all their products because, they're kind of unwilling to move all their products. So we gotta work with what we have. Alright, so also just letting you know, if we also look at maybe part of the cloggage was the fact, if you look at that's disconnected. So if that's not properly, doesn't have a proper angle to it, it will not drain properly. So we're just going to hook this back into place, clear out the rest of the coil and everything, and we'll just keep going. Alright, so we're connecting back this union. Right now, you see that's in place. Just going to connect it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to spray out the back of that coil. It's just pretty dirty. So we're just going to clean it. Make sure it's all clear. So you can see that that's all clean now on the back. All cleaned out. Drain pan's all clean. Unclogged. No more water. So we're going to take some, drain Drano, pour it down it, and turn it back on. So just going to use this liquid plumber stuff. You can use build-up eliminator too when you're done after you wash everything out. And so just to kind of let you know, like, I just went to the store shelf, took it off the shelf, just let the manager know, hey, using this. Just kind of a tip, you don't got to carry it on your truck. Especially if you're working in supermarkets, just go to the detergent aisle and get it. Alright, so now we're just going to turn it on and we're going to see what it does. So while that thing is pulling temperature, I'm just up here checking out the rack, 10% receiver level. So now I'm going to check the sight glass on the rack. I have to wait for it to pull temp anyway, so I might as well actually make sure that's doing all right. So not flashing, seems to be good. So unfortunately this fish cooler is at 50 still, but why? So this is just always super important, and I'm telling you, it will always work out this way. I'm gonna go over here to settings, check the settings. And we'll see if we go over the defrost times. We'll see that the last defrost time was at around 2:30, which is like 10 minutes ago. So it just went through a defrost. So we're gonna have to wait. So while we're waiting, we'll just look. So condensers, A 250. So that's high, but there's motors out and the condensers are old, so is what it is. It's a hot day. So from there, we're going to look at the suction pressure. So compressors, this is an old Advantage 6K controller. So we have negative 23 and positive 16. Positive 16 is what we're going to be looking at. And 46, the control is 52. So that's good too. 36 degrees. So we're good to go. So it's 36 degrees right now, trending downward. When I came here, it was hovering around 40, stagnant, not going down. So what did we do? So one, we cleaned the coil. It was plugged up, so airflow couldn't get through, but couldn't get effective heat transfer. Two, the drain pan is full of water. That was actually reducing the airflow as well. I've noticed in these things that even if the coil looks okay, if the drain pan is filled with water, they won't work properly. So we unclogged the drain pan, cleaned the coil, checked the pressure. The pressure's okay, at least according to the controller. Just a quick check. Got full refrigerant, full column of refrigerant as well. So not only do we have a receiver level, but we have a full column of refrigerant. The condenser is not as good as we need it to be. It should be lower, but like I said, not until we get more fans. There's nothing I can do about that or make that go away now. And the suction pressure is appropriate as well, according to the controller. So with all those factors, I mean, we could take pressure on the other side of the EPR, but I think it's unnecessary. It'll just take up time that we don't need to do. There are other calls that need to be taken. So this call's good to go. This call's complete. Hopefully you learned something. Please like, subscribe, and all that. And have a good one. That's how you do it.